Dream Team, it's your boy Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with a horror church stabbing in Sydney, 7 News, Australia. Just looking up Australian videos to react to today, and this was all over the feed, so thought I'd throw this in. I also saw not too long ago there was this stabbing in the mall out there in Australia. And it's like, Jesus, what's going on, dog? Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe, ring the notification bell, get a video a thumbs up, and let's hear the story on this.
Across Australia, this is Sunrise on 7 with Nat and Shervo.
Welcome to Sunrise. We begin with breaking news out of Sydney's western suburbs, where a Christian bishop and worshippers have been stabbed in a terrifying incident that was streamed live right around the world.
The tragedy overnight prompted thousands of people to take to the streets across Fairfield, rioting and forcing police to hide behind their cars as bricks were thrown, injuring several officers. For more than 2 hours, it was chaos. We have our Sunrise team on the ground with the latest information for you. First about Doran, who...
Why throwing bricks at the police, though? Like, know what I'm saying? Why are we throwing bricks at the officers? Like, and some of them injured. That I understand the situation is an absolutely awful, tragic situation. But I feel like throwing bricks isn't going to help the situation. But I understand people are upset and angry about it, so I can understand. It's just, that's not going to help, and that's just going to get more people hurt.
Leads our coverage at Wakely. Matt, police are still on the scene there.
Shervo, they are, and they have been here in unprecedented numbers. This will give you a sense of what they arrived to. There are cars damaged all along the surrounding streets here. It is quite an alarming spectacle, really. There was a mob of thousands of people who gathered after what happened here inside this church. What was known as a Signal 1 was issued, which effectively means that police from all over Sydney, all available police, were called here to this church to help. And you can see that vision now. Unbelievably terrifying for the officers who arrived here at the scene. Now, if people are waiting,
so they're all waiting, and they're like, bring him out, like get him out here. My heavens.
Really horrified by what happened inside this church. A 15-year-old boy stabbing the bishop at the pulpit, and all of this, of course, while it happened live during the service being streamed live online. They'll be horrified by what took place outside that mob, turning on police, injuring a number of police, leaving them in hospital. Quite unfathomable what happened here overnight.
That's not right, man.
Prominent Christian bishop under attack inside an Assyrian church. Worshippers leaping to his defence. Outside, as vision circulated on social media, tension soared, emotions running high. Thousands of angry men and women filling Fairfield streets, the riot squad called to the scene. Many officers soon becoming the target themselves. More than 30 vehicles are believed to be damaged. Inside the church, the alleged attacker pinned to the ground for hours.
Police have initially spoken to the young person. Again, his injuries are quite severe in his hand. He's fairly upset and fairly distraught. He's asked to speak to his parents at this stage, and we're making arrangements with his parents to make contact with him.
The crowd furious and desperate for answers.
It was pretty bad. A lot of people are really angry at the guy who's, tried to hurt our bishop and our priest. He's our bishop. We love him very much, and we want him to be okay.
Of course, like I said, I definitely understand people are angry, but to injure these police who are just doing their jobs, it isn't helping anything, man. It isn't helping your priest in any way. You're just helping yourself to do something to relieve some of that anger, but that's just not right, man.
Now, quite an extraordinary thing happened at about 10:30 last night. New South Wales Premier Chris Minns called an emergency meeting of faith leaders around the city. Essentially what he has called for now, and I've got a statement here, is calling for calm in the community, calling for everyone to act with kindness and respect for each other. Now is the time to show we are strong and united as a New South Wales community. Police this morning, though, scratching their heads as to how on earth this mob of thousands decided to turn on them when they were here just to arrest this
Exactly.
alleged 15-year-old attacker. We now know that 2 police in hospital with quite serious injuries. Thankfully,
Wow.
the bishop is in a stable condition, is expected to survive.
Yeah, just horrific all round on so many levels. Thank you, Matt. Let's go to Liam Tapper now, who's at Liverpool Hospital. More on their condition, Liam. What have you got?
Yeah, morning, Nat. Well, Liverpool Hospital, the team here, the first responders, who we all know do such an amazing job, they were working overtime last night because the Bishop Mari Emmanuel, he was rushed here. He had quite serious injuries, but as we go to air this morning, have been told that he is stabilising. He did suffer a number of those lacerations, but also on top of this, a clergyman who was there inside the church last night during the service, during that attack. The Isaac Royal, his name is, he too is in a stable condition. But as Matt was talking about that chaos and the fury that ensued onto those police officers, they too have suffered a number of injuries. 2 constables, I've been told by police, one suffered a broken jaw. He was allegedly hit with a brick and then a fence paling. Matt was describing some of those pictures before. You could just imagine the terror that was coming onto him. There was another constable who was knocked down as well, who suffered a twisted knee. Both of those are in hospital, and I'm also told that there was a third who's been taken to Westmead, but police say that number is only going to grow given the sheer size and scale of the mob that turned on officers. Here at Liverpool Hospital, just a number of hours ago, this was in lockdown because that mob, they'd made their way from Wakeley over here to Liverpool Hospital after their bishop was taken here, was rushed here in that serious condition. The mob has now fled. They have now moved away from the hospital, so it's much calmer here, but good news, I guess, for the bishop, who's now in a stable condition, guys.
Okay, thank you, Liam. Clearly, Sydney is a city on edge at the moment. There's anger within the community, understandably, but to turn against the police officers trying to do their job at that moment is just horrific.
Yeah,
just horrific, especially after the last couple of days that we've had.
Exactly, and break into houses, which was allegedly
to try
what
and
they
harm
were doing.
themselves.
And get weapons. Horrific.
Yeah, we get it. Everyone's reacting, everyone's fearful. We totally understand that. Let's get some more news now. Here's Eddie.
Thank you, Sherpa. The culture of Parliament House is in the spotlight this morning after a federal court judge found...
Okay. I think that's all we got for that story of the stabbing in Sydney, which is definitely an absolute tragedy, and you hate that stuff like that happens in the world. I can't stand that. Like, people are so depressed, disturbed, miserable, angry, upset, just struggling in their lives that they would do something like that to another human being. It literally breaks your heart, and it's extremely frustrating. I'm so glad that everyone who was sent to hospital, everyone is okay. Nobody was killed. I'm so glad that the mob has dispersed now. And I understand people loving their bishop, know what I'm saying, and hating what happened to him and being angry and frustrated, and they just needed to release that anger. Unfortunately, it's horrific that they turned against the police, who were just there to do their job, who were just there to apprehend the suspect and to take him in and then make sure everybody was okay and that was involved. I hate that they were turned on. That's definitely tragic. Overall, I'm just thankful that everybody's okay. Nobody's in critical condition. And it's just an awful situation. That's all we have for this video. Make sure you subscribe, ring notification bell, get the video a thumbs up. It's your boy Neal, out.